Hi guys, it's Sherry. Today we are going to be making a pair of earrings. So the first thing you want to grab is your white translucent Primo clay. And I did condition it, but we're going to do some chopping here. So get your tissue blade. I'm going to try to clean this up here. Get your tissue blade, and then we are just going to chop along here. I want to get some medium and small pieces, so I'm doing just different sizes here, nothing particular. I just want to make sure it's nice and separated. Then I am going to grab my little mat. So the next thing I'm going to do is I want to get my white, metallic white acrylic paint. And I'm just going to make sure that it's all nice and coated. Separate all the pieces. I want to add some sparkle white snow mica powder, this is called. So I'm just going to add a little bit of my glitter here. If you use this particular one, you're probably going to want to wear a face mask because it kind of goes all over the place. And you don't want to breathe that stuff in. I want to make sure all my stuff is separated. So separate all your pieces. Make sure they're nice and coated. And I like to lay it flat. This way, it'll dry much quicker. So I'm going to kind of just separate them. Okay, and now we will let this completely dry, and then I'll come back after everything's dried and we'll do the next step. All right, guys, so my pieces are mainly dry. I let it go for about 45 minutes to an hour. And now what we're going to do is we are going to add on our oven baked clay adhesive. I'm not worried if it's a little wet. I just don't want it completely wet. So we are going to add our adhesive. Make sure everything sticks nicely. And then we are going to add some gold leaf. I always like to add 2 because I like the look of the gold leaf. And people, I feel like, never add enough. But we'll see. So just mix that all up well. Get all your pieces in there. And now we are going to mush it all together. Oops. Got some running away on me here. Okay, so I am just mushing it all together. I think I need more adhesive in here because nothing seems to be sticking well. So we will just add some more. I want to make sure that my stuff completely stays together. I don't want my earrings falling apart. Let me mix that all up real well. There, that's sticking much better. So if your pieces start falling apart, just add some more adhesive. And I'm just kind of making sure I'm squeezing everything real nice. That glitter is really popping through. That is going to be one shiny piece. Okay, so now I'm going to let this sit for about 20 minutes to a half hour and make sure everything stays together nicely. Let me get I'm going to get saran wrap here. Let me move this off to the side. And I just want to have it where it's not sticking to my hands because I think that's what's pulling it apart. There. Yeah, I think it's my hand that's doing it because my hand is so full of all that glue now and the paint. There we go. Much, much better. Okay, so let that go for 20 minutes to a half hour, and then we will return and slice this up. All right, guys, so it's been about a half hour, so let's slice this up and see what we got. Ooh, look how cool that is. I have the feeling these are going to be really neat. Boy, I did not cut that straight by any means. Oh, these are going to be very pretty, I think. All right. You can really see the glitter coming through. All right, so what I want to do is I actually want to roll out a piece of white clay to set that on. Actually, do I want to do translucent or do I want, you know what? I'm going to do a really thin sheet of translucent. Okay, so I rolled that out to my third thickest setting. Let me lay that down. Put that on there. I normally would run something like this through my pasta machine, but I'm not sure if I want to because I love all these little marks here. I'm afraid if I do, it's gonna spread and it's gonna not look as pretty. So I think I'm just gonna hand roll it. Or maybe I could put it through my hand one and it won't be so, let me put this through my hand one and then it won't be so rough on it, I think. All right, I think that is beautiful. Look how pretty that is. And you still have all the little areas. It's now spread a little bit more here, but I really like the smaller areas. And all that glitter, most of it will be sanded off, so that's okay. It won't be too overpowering. So I have these cutters, and that's what I'm going to use. And actually, I'm going to get my saran wrap. And then we will start cutting away. And then I have these cutters. I'm going to try a few of those. That's got like a lot of glitter area, so I'm not sure how much I like that, but sometimes with the saran wrap, you can't cut through perfect, but I like to not get them stuck in there. So I will try to line these up again. Okay, so that should be cut. All right. And that's what we got so far. I'll get my mat that will go right into the oven and set everything right on there. All right, I know I am not going to want to sand these, so I am going to make sure I smooth everything out. Where is my X-Acto knife? Okay, so my next step is going to be to put my little holes in the top. So at each one, right at the top, I am going to put my holes in. Do not get too close to the edge because you do not want it breaking through. And then this one will... Now the question is, do I want to make this attached to that? I don't think I do. I think I am just going to do these separately. I like the look of them separate. So now I will put these in the oven at 275. All right, guys, so all my pieces, you could tell, are out of the oven. They cooled off. I sanded them down, and I did put some of them together, so you would not have to watch me do all of them, but I will show you how I put one together of each set. So this is what I did with these ones, and look how gorgeous these came out. And all I did was add a little chain that has little beads attached, but look how beautiful each one of these came out. I mean, I love how the glitter came through. It's just absolutely beautiful. They're very, very elegant looking, and I love them. For these, I added a pearl in the middle of each one, and I think they're just as beautiful as those ones. And then for the small one, I added a just an earring finding, and then I glued on a little gem. So I'm going to show you how to do each one of these. I love them. I think they're just beautiful, and I'm very pleased with them. So the first one I'll show you is this one. So you're going to need a finding like this, and this one kind of curves like this, and then that part will go out. So make sure you're using the part that kind of stoops in, so this way your piece will fit in there properly. So the first thing we're going to do is I have nail gems, and I am just going to put a little dot of glue on. This is super glue. And then I just lift it up and stick it on. And that's all to it, and it will be secure on there. Then I have a larger jump ring. And I just make sure, like I said, that you go to the part that goes in. That'll go on. And then your fish hook. And you will close this one. And that is all to it, guys. Very, very simple. And you have a gorgeous earring now. For this particular one, you're going to need your eyelet. And I'm just using freshwater pearls. And they're already pre-drilled. So I'm going to stick that into my little eyelet. I'm going to get my little needle nose pliers that are around it. And then I just take and turn it down like that. I'll take my flathead pliers. I'll bend it over. And then I am going to clamp it down. And that's all to it. Okay? So that way your pearl will be securely in there and it cannot come off. And this one I have a thinner jump ring because I'm going to be using 2 of those. So you just open it, put your pearl on, oops, And then I go through the back. Just turn your jump ring. Oops. It's hard when it's not close to you. Come on, get a better hold of that. And then close it. Okay. And then you're going to take your fish hook and make sure you turn it. Open up your second jump ring, and this is why you need the thinner ones, and put it through the same hole. And then you put your fish hook earring on, and make sure that the part that goes in your ear is always facing the back of the earring. And then you just close that, and you have a beautiful earring. And I just love the design of this. I think it's so pretty, and I love how you can see all the glitter and the translucent clay with the little white paint. Just very beautiful. And then for this one, I took this is chain that I have, and it comes in probably like a 10-foot rope. And then I just cut this about 2.5 inches, and I'll have to trim this up, but I want to make sure I had plenty to go. So you just open that up after you cut to the 2.5 inches, and then you're going to put that right into your link, and then go inside, and then once again turn your fish hook, place your fish hook on, and then close your earring. And now you'll take this and you're going to kind of pull it down to make sure to see how much you need. And I know I have to cut it off right there. So then I'll take my cutters. And the reason I cut extra is because sometimes you really, if you cut it too short, then it's going to look funny. So to cut it a little bit longer and then recut just makes more sense to me. And that's your finished earring. And look how beautiful. Absolutely elegant. Beautiful. I love the sparkle. I'm very, very pleased with this. So there is, we got lots and lots of earrings here. The backs are just plain. You could kind of see through because I used the translucent clay on the back. I did sand the edges a bit. I didn't sand too much of the front because I really wanted the white and the glitter to show. And if you sand it too much, like I start sanding it here, you can see it takes off a lot of that glitter and the white paint, and I didn't want to lose that. So I left most of them just exactly the way they were, and then just sanded the edges. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and then I will see you all next time. Bye.